Hi guys, welcome to lesson 2 of our live lessons. We're still focusing on our training methods. If you remember to last lesson, we spoke about continuous training, which if you remember is a prolonged period of exercise at a steady pace and without rest. So people like a marathon runner or other long distance runners all use continuous training. And we're actually going to flip it on its head, whereas aerobic respiration with continuous training, we're now going to go straight on the opposite side to anaerobic. Alright, so now we're looking at things that are relying more on speed or strength or power. And what we're going to look at is weight training. Okay, now weight training is basically defined as using resistance in order to use our muscles. We can use muscles in isolation, like our bicep, or we can use groups of muscles, like the muscles in the top of our body, like our pectorals, deltoids and trapezius. So what we're going to do is give you 5 exercises for you to do at home. You're going to do 60 seconds of each of these and you're going to repeat that 3 times. But it's important to think now that if you can't do an exercise for 60 seconds continuously, that's fine, because we're no longer looking at continuous training. What we can do now is we can separate those up into what we call sets and reps. Okay? So let's take the exercise of press-ups for example. If I wanted to do a series of press-ups, I could separate it up into chunks and I could do 10 press-ups and then have a rest. I could do another 10 press-ups, then have another rest. And that means we do 10 reps. And reps is short for repetitions. So 10 reps together in a chunk is what we call 1 set. The next set, we could do another 10 repetitions of press-ups. That's our second set. Okay, so you can split the 60 seconds up into sets and reps however you like. Okay, we're going to get 5 exercises to do and I'll explain what those are in a second. But the way our muscles work when we do weight training is that muscles always pull. Okay, the tendons that connect our bone to our muscles, when our muscles contract, so the muscle in a bicep curl that contracts and pulls our arm up, the agonist, which is the prime mover, which is something that Miss Sumner mentioned in one of her lessons a couple of lessons ago, it pulls our arm up and works that bicep muscle. If I want to extend again at the elbow, my tricep will then become the agonist. It'll pull to then extend my arm back out. And that's the way our muscles work. They work in pairs and they always pull. Okay? So, the 5 exercises. We've got a mixture here of isometric contractions and isotonic contractions. Isometric contractions is where the muscles are contracting but they're not necessarily moving. Okay, so something like a plank. Your core muscles are contracting to keep yourself stable, but you're not actually moving. And we have isotonic contractions, such as a bicep curl, or in this case a press up, and that's a contraction where body parts are moving. Okay, so 5 exercises, 60 seconds on each, and you're going to repeat that 3 times, but you can separate it up into sets and reps however you like. Okay, so exercise 1 is a press up. In the press position, down and up, however many times you like. We're going to do what we call a dip. So you'll need a couch or a dining room chair, make sure it's nice and sturdy. You're going to put your hands on, facing forward, body straight out. You're going to dip down and extend back up. That works your tricep muscle. We're going to do a squat, which is where you go down to a sitting position and straight back up. We're going to do a sit-up, feet down, curl up, and we're going to do a plank, and the plank is our isometric contraction. So we're down in a straight line, we're keeping our body nice and tense, but we're not actually moving, and you're going to see if you can continue that for the full 60 seconds. Okay, so those are your 5 exercises. See if you can split it up into sets and reps. Maybe change the sets and reps every time you go around. Good luck with that. Let us know how you're getting on.